Let's remind you of a story we talked about yesterday, just to hit it one more time, the success that Ben executed. We can talk about Jeb Smith, Meet Kevin, and of course, the one and only and legendary Pace Morby. Folks, it is Monday. This is your daily financial news. Let's get into it. Let's actually start with a couple of things. One, earlier in the month, I put out that I thought August existing home sales would disappoint and break below 4 million. I think that at this point is a lock. And we could very easily today set a new 52-week high for mortgage rates. When I looked at the numbers on Friday, the mortgage rate, let me get it, was 7.19. The high for the last 52 weeks was 7.22. So I expect today to break that. And I think for the month, we could see rates average over 7% and potentially average over 7.2%. So again, the August existing home sales will disappoint. I think what we will see for the probably September and even October is the housing market locking up, really being frozen. And it's going to hurt a lot of people. It's going to benefit a few. That's just where we are. You can argue if it's fair, if it's this, if it's that. None of that concerns me. I only can operate in the environment we are in. And the environment we are in with 7% mortgage rates is demand, aka buyers, are frozen. I believe what has transpired over the last 6 months is we have trained buyers that 7% is bad, 6% is good. Maybe in 3 months, maybe in 4 months, when we break below 7%, all of that pent-up demand, or most of that pent-up demand, will come back. But until we get there, it is going to be slow. So again, it is my call, and it was my call on August 3rd. Today I feel it's a lock. Existing home sales, when reported in September, will be below 4 million. So let's be clear who it helps. If you follow what we talk about at One Rental at a Time, I want you to hear that I believe this is your time. Now, it takes work, it takes effort, it takes follow-up, it takes consistency. But hopefully what you've seen on this channel, you've seen by the other millionaires we bring you every day, it is possible. I want you to believe it is possible. And again, we talked about this success story yesterday. I wanted to hit it one more time because I want you guys to feel what success could look like. So there was a gentleman yesterday. I'm going to shorten the story a little bit. If you want to hear the full story, watch the daily financial news from yesterday. So this was Ben's story of buying a fourplex recently. This is all from my memory. He found this fourplex on the market for roughly 250 grand. It had been on the market for 60 days plus. Ben writes a disrespectful offer of 190 grand all cash. The buyer counters by lowering the price 5 or 10 grand. Bill says, "Hey Kip, thank you very much, man. I appreciate you for the super chat. That is very nice of you, very nice of you." But let's get back to Ben. So he writes an offer, 190. Seller counters, let's say 240. Ben comes back at, say, 200. Seller says, "Thank you very much. I'm going to go with a different offer." Okay, it happens. So what happens in the meantime? First, Ben still tracks that deal, right? If you're using my spreadsheet and how to get started one rental at a time, you could highlight it. I would probably highlight that record in yellow because you wrote an offer and it's pending with someone else, just so it stands out, okay? You got to track it somehow. So Ben keeps following up, right? Eventually, after 60 days, that deal falls through. The buyer can't qualify or whatever. Okay? Ben goes back and I think offers 200. Actually, no, wait. In this story, the seller comes back, or the agent comes back and says, "My seller will take 215. Hey, financial firefighter from Hawaii, I hope everything's good. Obviously, we've all seen the news. We all have been praying for you and the folks out there. So thank you for being here. I hope you are all good. So back to where I was in the story. The seller comes back and tells Ben he'll take $215. Ben basically says, no, thank you, $200. Go back and forth. They agree on $209. Inspections happen. He gets another $9K in credit. Ultimately, after what probably felt like a long time, Ben gets the property for $200K. Those are the deals that will happen the next 4 or 5 months. The folks that do the work, the folks that are disciplined, the folks that know their number, the folks that follow up, you will get deals in the next 4 to 5 months if you do what Ben did and what I have been recommending for years that you thought were impossible. You will be able to get great deals. Again, it takes time. It takes follow-up. It takes lots of trial and error, and because you got to find the seller that wants out. So again, I want you to feel that it's possible. It won't be easy. You may have to write 30, 40 offers, but trust me when I say there are motivated sellers across the country, and it is our job to find them. Now again, remember, let's think about Ben's seller. Let's be the seller for a minute. You list a property, it's a hot market, your agent tells you can get $250 for the fourplex. After 60 days, nothing happens. You get this low ball offer, you're begrudging, blah, blah, blah. You go to escrow with somebody else that call it $240. It falls out after 60 days. The seller is mentally checked out. The seller is frustrated. The seller reaches back out to Ben and says, you still money good? Can you do this number? The seller wants out. That's just where we are. For the next 4 or 5 months, if we do our job, you and me, we can get some great deals because there are some sellers that just want out. They're done. So again, I hope you appreciate the work and effort and consistency that it takes. There's nothing magical about what Ben did. He knew his numbers. He had a buy box. He followed up. He was consistent. It takes work, right? Do the work. Do the work. So again, let's go there. Let's talk about Jeb Smith, Meet Kevin, and Pace Morby. All 3 gentlemen I've spoken with all of them. They're all wonderful individuals. They all have monster followings. But I do find it interesting that all 3 of them are repeating things that we said on this channel months, if not over a year ago. So let's go to Jeb Smith. Jeb Smith put out a video yesterday that said the housing market is broken. Folks, that's the title of his video. I think it's funny. So again, Jeb Smith and I spoke about it. It is just broken. But I do think it is kind of funny that, people are just realizing that the housing market is broken now, right? You and I know it's been broken for a year. How about Meet Kevin? I don't know if you saw this, but apparently Meet Kevin is now buying homes for his house hack, startup or startup. What I find very interesting is Meet Kevin is telling you to buy now the hoarder houses, the this, the that. If you go back and watch my discussion in Q4 of last year, I told Meet Kevin to do that. You had capital, the market was frozen, you could have used that and bought a lot of deals. In fact, I bought 2, not even trying. So again, he is telling people now to, buy hoarder houses when you could have done it in Q4 when it was slow and you could have used your cash wisely. I think that is cute. And then Pace Morby. Pace Morby put out a video yesterday. I think it was a video talking about how 2022 was a bloodbath for flippers. I thought that was interesting. I think he told a personal story where a couple of houses he thought he would make $500,000 on. He actually lost $500,000. We told you that. We brought you flippers that were telling you that 2022 was a bloodbath. Where he went in that video, I thought was very interesting. He says why higher rates kill his flipping business, it actually helps his sub-2 business. The fact that Pace Morby's group is so big and so loyal is amazing. He apparently will close 300 sub-2 deals on single-family homes. I have never done a sub-2 deal. I've never looked into a sub-2 deal, but wow, can you imagine getting 300 single-family homes? I think that is, impressive. So, but again, 2022 was a bloodbath. All these things that we brought you on this channel, we tried to warn you. Now others are coming along, and I think it is a little bit funny. Oh, I want to remind you, I think Cody Sanchez is doing some amazing work around small businesses. I do want to highlight to you that we brought Bo Eckstein, the concierge of small business loans, to the channel. He and I speak every Wednesday. Definitely check him out. Bo tells me that there are some, I don't know what they're called, packages or rules or whatever they are, for small business loans sub 500K. So again, this is, if you're looking to get a small business or something of that nature, again, you could look him up. Look at his playlist. Again, there are, I think, again, just like housing is going to slow down, I think the ability to buy a small business is going to be ripe for opportunities. And also remember, you could get seller financing, if not for the whole thing, for a significant portion. So again, be creative and do all those things. So next thing to talk about is in 2024, I think it would behoove all of us to plan for rates to be higher. Let's assume no rate cuts. Let's just work that in. I think there are too many people, including Goldman Sachs, that are still thinking the Fed's going to cut rates. For the last year, the smart money has been talking about cut, cut, cut. It's coming, it's coming. And again, if you believe a cut is coming, you will act one way, right? If you believe a Fed rate cut is coming, you will act, right? You'll buy ahead of that. So be careful. I think we need to plan, at least I am going to personally plan for no rate cuts in 2024. If they happen, great. If they don't, we're prepared. So again, be very, very careful. Again, I did say Goldman Sachs is calling for a rate cut first half of 2024, so be careful. Next up, I want to talk about the free event that went off yesterday. If you want to see the free event, I actually posted it yesterday at 1 p.m. on my brand new channel called the Daily Financial News. It turned out to be a 90-minute event. We did 60 minutes of prepared content. I told you how to get started. I told you how to use a buy box. I did all of that. And then we went on and we got 30 minutes of Q&A. So if you want to see that, head over to the new channel. When this is done, I will post a link so you can go to it right away. If you wouldn't mind subscribing, that would be great. But we are over 1,000 subs there, so thank you guys for that. We now need to get 4,000 watch hours. My hope is this video, which is 90 minutes long, accelerates the path to that. So I put it there for all of you to watch, so thank you. I will say I didn't feel great. I didn't feel good after it was completed. So I would love to hear from you what you think. When I shut it down, it just didn't feel, the event didn't feel like I hoped it would, right? So again, take a look at it. Let me know what you think. Really the goal of the event for me was to just give. So again, when I did the video really quick, sign of big blocks, is we sort of summarized my assumptions. I highlighted the new market I'm personally going to investigate. I talked about step 1, which I haven't talked about a lot, which is how to find where to create the buy box. Then we talked about the buy box. I gave away the spreadsheet. We talked about tracking. We did all of those things. Where I think I failed, it's always hard when you are someone that tries to give. It's always hard to try to transition to, hey, I'm trying to do something new or different, and this new or different thing is going to cost money. Right? One of the things that I've been working on is how to take the how to get started one rental at a time to the next level, right? I know the course, $3.99, I know it works. Thousands of people have done it. Thousands of people are getting value. I get notes every day. I know it works. I know it's cheap at $3.99. I feel great about it. But ever since that meetup in Mountain View, something has bugged me. It's just bugged me. And I've been playing with the idea, and you'll see it at the end of the video. It felt very unnatural. I was trying to position an idea where I would commit 10 days of my life, right? Basically 20 hours of my time over the next 6 months, kind of a 10-week journey where I would get involved with a very small subset of people, and we would just immerse on that. I would, of course, record it because I want to give it away again in the future. But I didn't, it just didn't feel right. So I don't know if I've solved the mental puzzle of how to do it. So again, I know people are hungry for more hands-on time. I get that. I'm trying to figure out how it would work for me and my lifestyle and be extremely valuable to the audience. So do me a favor, watch the video, let me know what you think. I think what we've done here, or what I've done here, is awesome. I think you can figure out how to invest in real estate by watching my free YouTube channel. You will have to watch a lot of videos, but everything I do, you can find here on this channel, one of the 12,000 videos. 2, if you want to learn more about me, you could buy my book, One Rental at a Time. It's $15. If you want to, learn about 15 other investors, you can read my second book, 15 Conversations with Real Estate Millionaires. So again, you could do that. If you really want to get into your buy box, there's a 2-hour deep dive buy box for $47. It's amazing. Students are showing their stuff. It's all there. Then, of course, there's the $3.99 full course and $100 in bonus stuff. And then there's this other one with this kind of draft 10 days and all of those things. So again, I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know what the right answer is yet, honestly. I don't know if there's a right answer. Maybe it's a terrible idea and I should just throw it away. But that's where it's been bugging me. It didn't feel great. So again, thank you for letting me kind of share that with you. I hope people got a lot of value. I tried to just give. So, I hope that's there. I'll shut this down. I was just sharing with you my raw thoughts. Do me a favor, watch the video. Let me know what you think. I would appreciate it. Take care. Bye.